Hi friends, it's me, Miss Chacon. We are back. Today is Tuesday, and today we're going to be reading a book called Night and Day. Now, if you remember, we have our unit, which is called Observing the Sky, and we're looking at all of these great things like space and the planets and what's on the moon, what would you name your star? We're looking at all of these great things, and now what we're going to be looking at is what is in the sky during the nighttime and what is in the sky during the daytime, okay? All right, so let's get started on our reading. So here is our table of contents. We'll have on page 2, so here's on page 2, words to think about. On page 4 is our introduction. Then we have chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, and then our conclusion, which means the end of our story. So that's what a table of contents is, just to let you know. A table of contents is at the beginning of the book, and it tells you what's going on in the story and when is it going to happen. So let's start our reading. Words to think about. The first word is Earth. So Earth is a great, beautiful planet, and it is our planet. And whenever we write out the word Earth, because it's a planet, we always do it with an uppercase E. So that's why it's called Earth with an uppercase E. Moon. We know our beautiful moon, and that is Earth's moon. So that's why we already talked about the moon many, many times. Planet. So planet. The Earth is a planet on which we live, but there's so many more planets in our galaxy and in the universe. There's Venus, Mars, all of these great planets, and not all of them are like ours. Ours is the only planet with water, but that is what a planet is. A planet is a huge planet, and they all have different things on them. Our planet has water and humans on them. Mars planet has the Mars rover on it. It's very dry and it's further from the sun. So that's some things to think about. There's many different planets in our galaxy and in the universe. Rotate. So see how there's a top right here? Have you ever had a top and you spin it and then it starts rotating? So you may think, Miss Chacon, we're learning about space. Why do I need to learn about rotating? So do that with me. Get your one finger and go like this. Rotate. Rotate, rotate. So we're talking about rotating because they're planets that rotate. Our planet is one of them. It rotates. So we're going to be learning about that. Stars. We always talk about stars, what we would name our star. And the sun. The sun is also a star, but it's a huge star, and it's much closer to us than other stars, so it keeps us nice and warm. All right, let's start our reading. Introduction. Look up at the sky. What do you see? If the sky is dark, then it is night. If the sky is bright, then it is day. Have you ever wondered why we have night and day? You will find out as we read this book. So we're going to find out, why do we have night and day? So I want you to look outside your window right now and figure out, is it nighttime or daytime? You may be doing your videos a little later at night, so maybe it's dark right now. Or you may be doing your videos right when you wake up, so maybe it's daytime. We're going to figure out why we have night and day. So let's get started. Chapter 1. What can we see in the sky at night? We often see the moon at night. The moon is a round, rocky object that moves around the earth. As the moon travels around the earth, the moon appears in different places in the sky. The moon seems to change shape at night. So have you ever noticed sometimes the moon looks like this right here? It looks like a little crescent, kind of like a little C. And then all of a sudden the moon is this huge circle that's called a full moon and everything like that. And you're maybe wondering, does the moon get chopped off in the middle of the night and the next day we see half the moon, and then another time of the day the moon gets put back together and we see the full moon? Well, that is not how it works. What happens is that, let's pretend this is Earth. So get your circle out right here. Right here. Here's Earth, okay? Now, here's the tiny little moon. I'll put my pinky. The tiny little moon right here. And what happens is that the tiny little moon is traveling around and around Earth all the time. So the Earth isn't going around the moon is going around the Earth. And if I'm right here and the moon is going around me, then sometimes I'll be able to see the moon like fully facing the front of us. But other times, if I'm right here and the moon is all the way over here, then maybe I'll only see a little C part of it. So the moon doesn't change shape, it's just that sometimes we're over here and the moon is all the way over here, so we're seeing it differently. So that's what it's like. So let's go look over here. On a clear night, we may see stars in the sky. Stars are very hot. Stars glow because they make their own light. Stars seem small because they are very far away. Stars are much bigger than Earth. Ooh. Many stars fill the sky. We cannot easily count all the stars. That's true, we can't count them because there's so many of them. And then here it says, think about it. Shooting stars are not really stars at all. Shooting stars are bits of rock that scientists call meteors. Why do you think we call meteors shooting stars? So we call them shooting stars because it kind of looks like they're shooting from the sky. So that's what it looks like, a star is just shooting from the sky. They're actually meteors because stars don't fall. What can we see in the sky during the day? So this is chapter 2. In chapter 1, we learned about what we see in the sky during the nighttime. Now we're talking about what we can see in the sky during the day. We often see the sun during the day. The sun is the nearest star to Earth. Still, the sun is very far away. The sun is much bigger than Earth. So the sun is like this, and the Earth is all the way like this. So if this was the sun, Earth would be all the way like that. We get light and warmth from the sun. Sometimes we see the moon in the sky during the day. The moon does not make its own light. The moon reflects light from the sun. So have you ever noticed sometimes if you look up in the sky, you see the moon up there in the sky. And you may think, why, it's daytime. Well, that's just because the sun is shining on the moon too, so we can see that the moon is there. The moon never goes down. The moon is just traveling constantly. So it's constantly going around and around and around. Chapter 3. Why do we have night and day? Do that with me. Ready? Night and day. Night and day. Like all planets, Earth rotates or spins. So if this is Earth, it's just rotating or spinning. Earth is not going like this, but Earth is going like this. Have you ever been on a merry-go-round? A merry-go-round rotates. So here's a merry-go-round right here, and it rotates. Earth rotates once each day. When the part of Earth that we live on faces the sun, we have day. When the part of Earth that we live on faces away from the sun, we have night. So the sun is right here, right? It's huge. And here's our planet, and our planet's just spinning, spinning, spinning. It's spinning all around. And when our part of Earth, so say we're right here, our part of Earth is facing the sun. So right now, it's daytime for me. That means our part of Earth, California, we're facing the sun. We're looking at the sun. But when it's nighttime, that means that our part of Earth is looking away from the sun. So that means that the sun, we don't see the sun, so that's why we have nighttime. Conclusion. We often see the moon and stars in the sky at night. So here it says night. The sky is dark. We may see the moon. We may see the stars. We often see the sun in the sky during the day. Earth rotates, giving us night and day. So here's day. The sky is bright. We often see the sun. And we may sometimes see the moon. And here's just a few cool things that we've learned about just now. So we've learned that the nighttime and the daytime sky are very different, and we have so many different things that make night and day, but they're so awesome and they're so important to our planet. So what we're going to do now is you're going to do this diagram. So you see how there's two circles here. So there's this circle and this circle, and they combined. So this middle part right here is the combined part. So the circle on the right side, this side, it says night sky. The circle on the left side says day sky. And in the middle, where the circles meet up, it says both skies. So we're going to answer, what is in the sky? So you're going to figure out what's in the day, what's in the night, and what's in both. So if something like the sun, would I put the sun in the day sky, the night sky, or both skies? I would put it in the day sky because it only happens in the day. So I wouldn't put it in the middle. I wouldn't put it on the right with night sky. I would draw a picture of the sun over on the day sky. So that's how it works. So if I have night sky right here, and I'm talking about the stars, would I put the stars in both? Would I put the stars in day, or would I put the stars in the night sky circle? I hope you said in the night sky. So you would draw a picture of stars over on the right side where it says night. You're not going to draw it in the middle, and you're not going to draw it in day sky. So you're going to draw a picture of stars on the night sky. And then here's the tricky part, the middle. The middle, it says both skies. So you're going to think of stuff that's in both skies. Well, we did talk about how you can see the moon in both the daytime and the nighttime. So what I can do is I can draw a picture of the moon right down the middle, so right in the middle. So, and now we have to talk about how do we know what we're going to put in each circle? So there are some that we're only going to put in day, some that we're going to put in the middle because it happens in both the day and the night, and there's some pictures that we're going to be putting on the right side because it's only happening at night. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at these pictures. They're sideways right now, but you're going to look at these pictures. And if you have a printer, you can cut them out and glue them onto here. But if not, then what I want you to do is I want you to either write the name of the picture or draw the picture. And you're going to put them over here, okay? So if I say butterflies, where do you see butterflies? Do you see butterflies in the daytime or in the nighttime? When do I see butterflies? The daytime. So what I would do is I would take that butterfly, I would either cut it or I would make my own picture of a butterfly, and I would put it on the left side with the day sky. I would not put it in the middle with both skies because there's no butterflies at night, and I would not put it at the night sky because, again, there's no butterflies at night. What about owls? Owls are nocturnal, so they only come out at night. They stay up all night. So what I would do with nighttime, I would take my picture of the owls, and I would draw a picture of owls in the night side. So I would do it on the right side with the night sky. I would not do it in the middle or on the left side because the day sky does not have owls flying in it. Okay? Now we could talk about the moon. We would take this picture of the moon, and we would put it right in the middle because the moon is in both the day sky and the night sky. Okay? So some of these pictures, you're going to put in the daytime. Some of these pictures you're going to put in the nighttime, and some of them you're going to put right in the middle because they show up in both the daytime and the nighttime. Okay, friends? So that's what you're going to be doing today. When you are done, you can turn it into a class dojo, or you can email it to me or text it to me or however your parents do it. Just remember to stay safe and stay well, and to remember that our sky is a beautiful place where you can always look out and see some great things. All right, friends, that's it for today. Stay safe, stay well. Bye.